If you are trekking Gorkhey from Srikhola, this bridge is the entry point of Gorkhey. This is Gorkhey Khola. This small river separates Darjeeling from Sikkim. We reached here at around 1:30. We freshened up and had our lunch with egg curry and rice. After lunch, we went out for a walk. This small village offered us her extraordinary natural beauty. You can easily compare this valley with one of the Kashmirs. This bridge is the connector of Darjeeling and Sikkim. Gorkhey is completely inaccessible by vehicles as there are no motorable routes to the village. The villagers use ponies to transport their needs. We crossed the bridge and entered Sikkim. This part is more deserted. As we wandered around, we found some lovely birds. We were so enchanted that we lost the track of time. After a while, it got cloudy and we literally shivered by the chilly wind. It was just 4:30, but we decided to return our homestay. There is still no electricity in Gorkhey. They use the solar power. That's why they can provide electricity only in the evenings. Our mobiles and cameras were running out of power, so we couldn't get any further pictures that day. We had our evening tea and chatted with the locals for hours, and then we had our dinner and went to bed. The next morning was bright and freezing. We put on our jackets and set off to Gorkhey Khola. On our way, we found frozen dewdrops on the leaves. The crystals dazzled in the morning rays. After having breakfast, we decided to visit Samandir. We walked up hills through the lush green pine forest and reached the village at around 9. A misty cloud surrounded the village and Samandir looked completely different from yesterday. After spending a while in Samandin, we trekked back to Gorkhey. And to our utter surprise, Gorkhey was still enjoying the good weather. We repeated our yesterday's routine and went out for a walk after lunch. It was a perfect day for photography. I got my perfect landscapes with perfect light. Not only landscapes, we also captured some random rural activities. It really felt good to roam around the meadows and to explore the surrounding forests. At last, we got exhausted and sat down in the fields. We stayed there till it got dark, then returned to our homestead. We discussed politics, sports, travel with our friend Pemba Sherpa and others. It was our last day in Gorkhey, and somehow both of us wanted to avoid this fact. The next day, we woke up to a beautiful morning. It was the time to say goodbye to Gorkhey. With a heavy heart, we clicked some last photos, and after having our breakfast, we started for Srikhola. We took our final bow to Samandin, and the pine forest welcomed us. We started trekking, and after a while, we lost our guide. As the path is almost defined, we didn't have much difficulties. But still, we have to ask to passerbys whether we are on the right track to Rammam. We reached Rammam at 12 and found our guide was having tea in a local cottage. We joined him and had some tea and popcorn. We started again after half an hour. We took a shortcut and reached Srikhola at around 3. It was a cloudy afternoon. We had our lunch and set off to the riverbed. This is the haunted trekker's hut of Srikhola. It is said that ghosts are seen in this cottage at night. The next morning, we had our breakfast and started for there.Travellers. On our way, we stopped at Dhotre for some refreshments. Dhotre is a small village just before Palmajua. We had tea, clicked some photos and started again. It got extremely foggy with the time, and when we reached there.Travellers, it was only 2, but it seemed like 6. We stayed that day at there.Travellers. The next day, we arranged a cab to Siliguri. On our way, we visited Darjeeling city. It was like meeting an old pal after months. We went to Glenaries and Mohakal market and bought some gifts for our dear ones. After spending 1.5 hours at Darjeeling, we again started for Siliguri. We stopped at Kashiang for some photos. At around 5 p.m., we reached Siliguri. Gorkhey, a small village in the lap of pine forest. It's still untouched by the madding tourism. We pledged that we will visit again very soon. If you like the video, you can join us also. Thank you for watching. Stay happy, stay safe.